Hello, everyone. Welcome to our free necklace night. My name is Rayanne Flickinger. I'm a senior division leader here with Park Lane, and I have been in for about almost 5 years. Wow, time just flies when you're having so much fun. I have my longtime friend and our branch director, Kail Denison, here with me tonight. I'm so excited for you guys to hear her story. Just a little bit about me as I got started in this industry many years ago, 24 years ago. And what I have found about it is I love the flexibility that it affords me. And I get to pick my own hours. I get to pick who I get to work with. I chose Kail. And I also get to choose when I work. And so that could be a good thing or a bad thing. But when I first got started, my mission was to help working moms come home and stay home with their children because I was a working mom and I missed out on the little years. Now it's kind of changed. And now I want to make sure that everybody has whatever they need for their retirement years. Yep, I'm there. So, and it's a little bit different for everybody. And so we just wanted to share with you a little bit more about Park Lane. Maybe it's a fit for you. Maybe you're just here for the free necklace, and good luck to you if that is the case. But just open up your ears, open up your heart, and listen. And because maybe this might be something for you or somebody that you know that could use Park Lane and a little bit of extra too, and a whole lot of fun. So, Kail, tell us a little bit about you.
So I have been with Park Lane about 18 months now. I've known Park Lane for a very long time. I was a customer of Park Lane's. I love their jewelry. I love their company. And I was at kind of a crossroads where I was trying to figure out what was next for me in life. My kids had grown up and I had lots of opportunities everywhere, but none of them were sparking my interest. And so I wanted to get involved in something that would challenge me a little bit, but still gave me all of the support that I needed, that I could grow and I could learn. But I could do it at my own pace, and I didn't have a boss or deadlines or other things that I needed to do because although I'm an empty nester, I'm a very busy empty nester. And so, so anyhow, I have all kinds of interests and things, and I wanted to find something that would feed me and just be for me. Park Lane was a great fit, not only from a company standpoint, but from a team standpoint with all the support and all of the trainings and all of the things that I could do at my own pace and figure out how I wanted my own business to look. So I joined about 18 months ago. The only thing that I have regretted since that time is what took me so long to sign up, because I was one of Rayanne's customers for years, and Rayanne had said to me many times, "Hey, Kail, you'd be so good at this." And I said, "Gosh, I don't know anybody. I don't even know enough people to have a show. I don't know anybody." Which is really funny now. Well, and I know Rayanne thought it was funny at the time. I was dead serious. I was sure that was the case. But I was wrong. Maybe don't tell my husband I was wrong, because we don't like to advertise that, but I'll tell you guys that. But anyhow, I was wrong, and I've had just a great time since.
Fantastic. Park Lane has been around for 70 years. And what I have found with it, I actually even knew about it way back about, when I first got into the jewelry business. I had actually gone to a party a long time ago. But I am finding that not a whole lot of people even have heard about Park Lane. So it's wide open for us to share with it. And we are just now starting to get household name brand. And so it is so much fun to do that. So tell me, we've been in business now for 70 years. It just blows my mind. And Arthur and Shirley Levine vowed at that point in time, they had such big vision, and they vowed way back then in 1955 to only take 2% of the total profit for themselves, and they pour everything back into Park Lane. And that goes into our programs that we're going to talk about in just a little bit. We are debt free and we are cash rich. And we are a year-round business because of our product, and we'll talk about that too. But before we do that, I want to ask Kail. Kail, what did you see in Park Lane? I know that you love the jewelry. What did you see in Park Lane that made you to finally decide to come on in? And what have you found since? And what do you hope that Park Lane will bring to you, 3 to 4 or 5 years down the road?
Sure. So one of the things when I was looking around at opportunities and things that I wanted to do is I think that organizations that empower women are incredibly important to me. And this goes all the way back to the roots of Park Lane starting. If you think about all of the opportunities that have occurred for women since 1955, keep in mind, ladies, that we weren't allowed to have checkbooks or property and things without our husband's name on them until the 70s. This was such a groundbreaking company that believed in women right from the start. And I think that that is something that they have held true to. It's clearly part of their mission, part of their values is empowering people. And it doesn't have to be just being a business owner, which Rayanne and I both are, our own business owners. It doesn't just have to be that. It has to do with the confidence of, I put on something pretty and I feel special and I feel like I can go out and tackle the world. And so from the smallest thing of putting on a pair of earrings or putting on a necklace to going to being a business owner where I get to run my own business every day, it is always about confidence and empowering women. It also gives us all the tools that we need to be successful, because there are a lot of businesses that are out there that just kind of throw you into the wolves. And I knew that I did not want to do that. Well, I'm confident. I did want to make sure I was going to be successful. And one of the things that I thought about is, well, what does success look like for me? Because everyone's vision of success is very, very different. And I had talked to some stylists who were with Park Lane. I've talked to Rayanne, I've talked to several other people. And one of them said something that really stuck with me. And I'm sorry to say I can't remember which one said it, but what they said was really powerful. And they said that an extra $300 a month in anyone's budget, no matter what tax bracket you're in, is life-changing. And they challenged us to think about, what does that look like for you in your own life? What does $300 a month mean to you? Now, I didn't sign up for Park Lane because I necessarily was at a point where I needed some extra money for bills or that sort of thing. And there's zero wrong with that. If that's where you are, there's a place for you. There's also a place for people who want to have more of a social life. There's also a place in Park Lane for people who want to save money for retirement, want some fun money to spend on their grandkids, want money to make sure that we can pay the health insurance. That's what I signed up for. I wanted to be able to say, hey, I'm contributing to my health insurance because I know that we're going to have a few years that might be a little bit lean if we retire early. And I want to make sure that I can cover those years so that our quality of life is where I want it to be. And I thought about $300. That can be a car payment. $300 can be, towards insurance. $300 can mean that your kid gets to go play in the traveling team that they want to play in, and your family doesn't have to change anything about their lifestyle. And it's fun. So for me, that's what encouraged me to give it a try. Was I really thought about, how would $300 extra a month look in my family? And I decided it was worth trying.
Absolutely. And the product, I think that, this industry in itself is grown like 5% in the last 5 years. And its trajectory is to grow even more. When I got started with Park Lane, it was 2020. And we were, that was the pandemic, not 2020. Yeah, 2020. It was the pandemic. And so my previous company fell out of business. And Park Lane had their best year ever. And so that made me say, what are they doing? And that told me that I wanted to partner with somebody that was able to pivot during the times and still be successful. And So whatever the niche is in this industry, I think somebody needs to take a look at it because does give that flexibility. But our product is jewelry. So we are a walking billboard wherever we go. And when people say, oh, I love your jewelry, I can say, oh, thank you. It's Park Lane. Have you ever heard of it? And so it starts that conversation. And so I never feel like I'm having to be salesy. I can just talk about the things that I like and I love, and it's sparkly, and women love to do that. So it's an easy way to do that. Plus, jewelry is the number one gift giving item in America. And high fashion jewelry, which is Park Lane's jewelry, is 75% of that market. We're not having to try to beat the sidewalks and tell anybody about it. They already know about it, and we're selling to a want instead of a need. So I absolutely love that. And we have our jewelry is hyperallergenic. We have 14 karat to 22 karat gold electroplated. Our silvers are rhodium electroplated. You're getting a quality piece of jewelry, and it feels like the real stuff. And it looks like, I mean, it's designer inspired. So it looks like the real stuff. And people want to be a part of it. We have genuine precious stones and CZs. We have all styles and delicates, edgy, boho, bold, classics. We have all ranges from $22 to $200, but we would never let anybody pay $200 for any jewelry, would we, Kail? Tell us about the way that Park Lane takes care of our customers?
So Park Lane does one of the most unusual things, and it takes sometimes people a little while to kind of wrap their head around what they do. But you can look through the catalog, you can look at the website, and you can pick out things that you like, knowing that the price that's listed is not necessarily the price that we can get for you. We have what we call magic math, and we can do a lot of amazing things because Park Lane does a lot of amazing things for their customers. We have what we call an everyday sale. And what that means is that if you buy any 2 items at full or half price, or I'm sorry, at full price, you can get up to 4 items at half price. Now, the unusual take that Park Lane does on this, if you go to CVS and you're trying to spend your coupons and do the things that we all love to do to save money, they always say, oh, well, but the half off is off your cheapest item, or your free item is the cheapest item. The full price stuff is always the most expensive item. Guess what? At Park Lane, it's the exact opposite of that. So what that means is if you buy 2 pairs of earrings, so let's go ahead and say we're going to buy the least expensive earrings that Park Lane has. And so we're going to get some that are going to be $22, maybe a $24 pair, $26 pair. Doesn't matter. We're going to buy 2 pairs of earrings. Then guess what? I can go back in and buy something like this necklace here, which is the Collins necklace, and I can go back in and I can buy this. It's normally $70, but I can go back in and get this for half price. And I can get 3 other items for half price also. So that's a really incredible deal. And so when Rand says we really don't want you to pay $200 for any item, we genuinely don't. And neither does Park Lane. We want everyone to have plenty of jewelry that fits into their budget. And then they do something else even more amazing beyond that. They have a bonus item that you can go back and get. And right now, the bonus item is at $70. So if you spend $70 in full and half price items, then you can go ahead and pick up another item for $35. Now, sometimes that special is going on right now for a very limited time because of the anniversary sale, the 70th anniversary. So sometimes that dollar amount changes, but guys, you can get a $200 item for $35, which is really amazing. And that's on top of all the other good stuff. So they let you just stack and stack and stack and stack the deals, which is just amazing and tons of fun. I love helping hostesses and guests at our shows figure out how much jewelry they can get without spending very much money.
Absolutely. And some of the other things that we teach the customers too is what we call style drops. They bring in jewelry every week that is brand new jewelry and limited edition. And it just keeps us in constantly in front of our customers. Now, my previous company, I had to come up with sale items or gimmicks to stay in front of my customers. And Park Lane does that for us. They are marketing geniuses. They also have an exclusive sparkle box that is 3 levels. We have a 24, 39, and a 59. You can get 1 to 3 pieces of jewelry that's each valued at $80 each. And it's an exclusive box that comes at the front of every month, and it's a surprise, and it's a fun mail that we all look forward to. And what are we going to get this month? And so it's great for gift giving, it's great for keeping for yourself, and it's just fun to get that fun mail. And that's what they do for our customers, and they're always looking out for our customers, our hostesses, and our stylists. So Kail, tell us about if, you had, because as girls, we got to tell everybody about the deals, the specials, right? I mean, that's the girl code. And so tell us about what Park Lane does when you invite your friends in to learn a little bit more about their product and the sales as a hostess.
The hostess benefits are amazing with Park Lane. They are like no other company that I have ever seen. And again, I did spend a lot of time researching because if I was going to do something, I wanted to make sure it was something I really believed in and I thought was a really good deal. So as I already mentioned what you get as a customer. And then they even up that even further as a hostess. So if you choose to host a show with a stylist, they do some amazing things. Most of my hostesses earn over $400 of free jewelry that they get to pick out themselves. It's not like stuff that was, 4 years ago's fashion that just gets packaged up and we send it out. No, you get to pick stuff from the active line and you get to decide what you want, which is a really fun thing to do, to have this shopping spree. So how do you earn the shopping spree? You invite your friends and family to either shop from the link. You can have a messenger party. You can have a Facebook party. You can have an in-person party, which of course is my favorite, because once people have seen the jewelry and they can touch it and they can try it on, they can see the quality, they can see how it looks on them, they want to purchase jewelry. And so you don't have to do much as a hostess. In fact, my hostesses that go a little over the top and have all kinds of snacks, all kinds of things, they go to all kinds of effort. It's great. But at the end of the night, the jewelry is what everyone wants to pay attention to. So hosting is so easy. And how you earn the free product at your show is for every sale that you get, Park Lane gives you $20 of free credit that you can then spend towards jewelry that you pick out. Now, Park Lane, again, is a bit unusual. And they say that an order is an order is an order. Okay? So what I mean by that is if you invite your good friend Stacy, and Stacy, her budget's a little tight that month, and she says, you know what? I want to support you as the hostess, and I'm going to buy a pair of earrings, or this is the thing that I absolutely love, and this is what I want to get this time. That counts as an order. Okay. Now, if your good friend Lisa comes in and says, oh my God, I love everything, which you hear a lot at your shows. And she buys multiple things. Guess what? She made an order. A customer equals an order. Okay. So it doesn't matter. You don't need to pressure your friends and family into spending a certain amount of money to count as an order for your show. So if you get 5 orders at your show, and then Park Lane gives you $20 a piece for each of those 5 orders, you get $100 in free credit. But where the real magic happens is if you get 10 orders. Park Lane ups their game even more. And at 10 orders, you get $40 an order. Guys, that's $400. That's why when I'm saying most of my hostesses get over $400, that's how they're getting it. And that is really easy to do. And when Rayanne talks about things like Sparklebox, those subscriptions count as an order. And so there are all kinds of really neat things that they do, and hosting is an amazing way to do it. And then you also get a gift for $35. You can pick out anything in the catalog or on the website that is a regular product for $35 because you've been a host. They don't pressure you to have your friends host so that you can then earn the rewards like some other companies that I've seen. Now, a lot of your friends are going to want to host, which is great. And then you'll get a benefit from that as well. But you still earn your free jewelry. And so I think that that's also really nice. I love how they really respect their customers and they respect their hostesses.
Absolutely. And that's what keeps your business going, because you're not feeling like you have to, you're truly able to give something back to your people that are helping you in your business. And so it's easy to say, hey, let's gather some friends together and play in jewelry, and you can get some for free. It's simply, that's what we do. So I also love the what they do for just everyone. We also have phenomenal fundraisers that are 50% give back for nonprofit organizations. And on the other 50% for the stylist, they get paid their full commissions. So let's go into and talking about the stylist a little bit, because, what brought me in was being able to give away all the jewelry and free and half price. I absolutely love that. But what I'm not going to, what keeps me here is how great Park Lane takes care of us. And my first 6 months in here, I was thinking, okay, this is fantastic. This is when's the bottom going to drop out? And it hasn't. It's still good. And they still do everything all the time. And I absolutely love it. We have no quotas. And that is very impressive. From the very first time that you get in, the very first piece of jewelry that you sell at full price or half price, you're going to earn your full commission on when you turn that into the home office. And so we are an incentive-based company, and we can be our own customer. We can be our own hostess at any time that we want to. And that means that we get to take advantage of that great customer special that Kail was talking about. We also get to take advantage, be our own hostess. So we always have a show open in our name. And when those orders come in, then when it gets to that 10, we cash out and we get $400 in free jewelry, plus all those other benefits that she's talking about. We get to take advantage of that. Plus, we earn the commission on. We get the free jewelry, plus we earn the commission on that as well. So that is incredible to me. The other thing that I absolutely just blew me away is that we have a cart share program that we as stylists get to make sure that our customers get that very best deal, or like Kail said, the magic math, the girl math, and we make sure that they get the very best deal with that. And that's a cart share program. That's part of our website. That's part of our the kit itself, which, by the way, is only $129 to get started, and that's gives you $500 in free jewelry. But right now it gives you an extra $200 on every kit, or $700 in jewelry for only $129. That's an amazing way to get into a business. But you're going to get that. And the big part about that cart share is that your customers put all their information in on Park Lane's website. And that means that we don't have to have a third-party credit card company that steals away that 2 to 3% off every transaction. It was like a pay raise for me when I came over to Park Lane for that. So it is an incredible program, and they pay us every single week. So this is Wednesday. Everything that goes in tonight, are you got all your stuff ready to go into, Kail? I am. So everything that goes in tonight, we're going to get paid on next Tuesday, and it's going to be an automatic direct deposit into our account. We get paid on all the full price items and all the half price items that Kail was talking about in our customer sale. And whether we use it, our customers use it, our hostesses use them. We get paid our full commission on that. Our commissions start out at 30%, and that's an industry high. 129, that's like an industry low for the value that you get there too. But 30% commission starting out at a fashion director, and then up to 50%. Now you're thinking, well, what do you mean up to 50%? If you have ever had direct sales experience before, put a D in the comments. And if you have had leadership in that, you want to talk with your stylist about that, because Parkland has what we call a direct appoint program. And that is, if you've had that leadership, you've built a team, and you get to come in, they can look at you and see where you might fall into an equal compensation in Parkland's compensation plan. I was able to come in at 40% because I had built a 20-year team. And so they recognized that, and they reward you with that. And that felt really good for me, coming in from 20 years of experience. So, and then that what's beautiful about that is that the leadership, when you get into leadership, you never fall backwards. You are at that leadership level. You don't have to play the leadership yo-yo game. Played that so many times. You go up and then you drop down. You build it back up and you drop down. We don't have that in Park Lane. You get to a branch level or an area or division leader, and you stay there, and you get paid that percentage on your personal sales and your team forever until you promote again. So I truly appreciate that. And we also have a fantastic promotion culture in that you come along and you bring a friend, because it's fun to do this with your friends. Kail and I have been friends for a long time, and we're having so much fun. And Kail brought along another friend and to do this business with her. And that's where she got her first promotion to branch. And she got that 5% raise, forever raise. And all that took was one person, and you both have done $1,000 sales in about a month's time. And then you promote to that branch director. And that's a forever 5% raise. I think everybody should do that, because even if you don't want to build a team, everybody needs to get to that level, I think, personally. Because you don't have to go on and build if you don't want to, but why not make the most out of your personal efforts? We also have incentives. Like we said, we're incentive based. We have a rich rewards program, and that rewards program is 5 levels of free jewelry that we can earn on sales and recruiting. And it just helps us to have necklaces to give away at our free necklaces. It allows us to have fantastic prizes for our hostesses and our shows, and even in our giveaways for our VIP groups. We also have 2 luxury trips that we can earn every single year. And they just got back from Zurich just a couple of weeks ago. This last spring, we got back from St. Thomas. We're all right now working for Amsterdam, and Park Lane does 5-star trips. And when you earn a trip in Park Lane, not only do you get the 5-star treatment, but they are going to pay for your airfare. They're going to wine you and dine you, and you get free jewelry at the location as well. It is so much fun. And what I really appreciate about Park Lane's trips, because I've earned trips in other companies, is that anybody starting out has the same opportunity to earn the trip as somebody that's been in for 5 or 10 years. So everybody starts out at 0, and you all do the same amount of work in order to go on the trips. So getting started right now, yes, you could earn that trip to Amsterdam with us and have so much fun. We also have a Mercedes car program, and the Mercedes car program is building with your teams and that, and you can earn a white Mercedes. Now you can cash out. You can also cash out on the trip because maybe you don't like to travel. You can get $1,000 to put in your pocket and go where you want to. On the Mercedes car program, same thing. You can get $500 cash out per month, or if you drive a white Mercedes, they'll pay $700 towards your lease or purchase of that car. And we have several ladies on our team that drive a white Mercedes or are taking that cash payout. And that, I love that. It is so much fun to be able to say, I personally know somebody that has earned the car program in our company.
And I'm going to jump in real quick, Rayanne, and I'm going to say that both the trip and the car are incredibly achievable.
Absolutely.
I have not been doing this for very long, and those are goals of mine. And there are people who have earned those in faster time than I have been in Park Lane. And I've only been in for 18 months. It is doable. We see it happen. And there are people who have other careers, other things going on. Again, you get to work at your pace because you're your own boss and you decide what shiny thing you want to aim for, what is your goal, and you can go after that. And I think that that is also really great. I love that about Park Lane as well.
Yes, absolutely. Everything is very attainable, and we meet you where you're at to do what you want to do with your business. And like I said, the kits to get started, it's very easy to get started, and it's very easy to do where you want to do it. That $129 is our basic kit. We also have a $229 that gives you $1,000. Everything is plus extra $200 right now. We also have a $439, but most of our girls get started with $129, and that gives you $500 in jewelry and a shopping website for a year, plus your back office that they keep track of your numbers for you. And so it's just smart. It's $700 to give it a try. Then if you love it, you renew in a year's time, and that's for $129. And that gives you your shopping website and that back office for another year, and your jeweler's license, if you will. So you get to choose when you want to work. You get to choose how you want to do this business. Another thing I appreciate is that Park Lane doesn't put us in a box and say, you have to do it like this, because doing it in a box doesn't always fit in everybody's wheelhouse. And so some people, we have lawyers, we have doctors, we have, all stay-at-home moms, homeschooling moms. We have all kinds of teachers, nurses. We have all kinds of people on our team, and they get to pick and choose how this fits right alongside what they're doing, and are doing very well with it. Like Kail said, we get to do this business in person, online. There's all kinds of different ways that we can do it. You find the way, and we help you find the way to do it. You're not by yourself on this team, and you get a senior leader that's going to come alongside of you and help you launch. They're going to train you alongside with your recruiter, and they're going to help you kick off and hit the ground running. We have all the resources available for you. We have weekly trainings, huddles, and we also have monthly trainings, and those are all recorded. So if that doesn't fit in your schedule, there again, you can do that in your time frame. We have an incredible team to be a part of. We have hundreds of years of not only direct sales industry leadership, but we have jewelry direct sales leadership that have been doing this for a long time. And so we can help you. We've been through a lot of things, and we can help you through those. And we are all willing to share. I love that about our team. We are all willing to share, and we're not holding anything back. Like, no, this is what I do. You can't do this. No, we share everything that we know about it. So it's an incredible team to be a part of. So before all that you're going to need to do then, and before I tell you the secret word, Kail, is there anything else that you'd like to finish off with, and that's just waiting to bust out of you?
I just want to say how grateful I am that I took advantage of this opportunity. And I know that it was a bit daunting, it was a bit scary. My husband was very supportive. I had some friends that were supportive. I had just as many people in my life though that were like, "What in the heck? Really? Are you doing that? Is that what you want to do?" And it's fine. I managed to make it work. Um, and their support was great, but the support of the team really makes the difference, and the support of Park Lane, like we've been saying over and over again, guys, they've been doing this for 70 years, they know what they're doing. And so it is really good. And I also want to bring up one more thing, because this is something that is really important, I think, when you're starting out and you're afraid kind of what that looks like for you, is you do not have to purchase a large inventory of things. Now, we are all lovers of sparkle, so sometimes you kind of have to reel it back in a little bit. But it is not that, I don't have this giant, warehouse of jewelry that I have to have for everyone so that I can then take their money, handle their money, get their jewelry shipped to them. I don't have to do any of the parts of the business that I don't want to do. I don't want to do those details, logistics stuff. I want to make women feel amazing. I want to make them feel confident and beautiful, and I want to give them opportunities, and I get to do that, and all of the other stuff's taken care of.
Absolutely. So here's the thing. You don't have to marry us. You don't have to make this a career thing. But $129 for $700 worth of jewelry, just try us out for a little bit. Date us for a little while and see how much fun you have. See if you make any extra money. See if it's not what we tell you that it is, because we're not holding anything back. We are totally transparent for you. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to need a secret word for the survey. You're going to fill out the survey because we need to know that you joined us to be entered into the free necklace drawing. And so our secret word is going to be support, because we have fantastic support to help you start a business from start clear on up to finish. And I love that we're constantly learning from each other. We totally appreciate you guys taking time and listening a little bit more about Park Lane. Hopefully you've opened your eyes a little bit. Maybe it's something for you. Maybe you know somebody else that this could be a fit for. And if that's the case, please refer her to your stylist. She will totally appreciate that. We'd love to have you on our team, and can't wait to see what your favorite part of Park Lane is. So thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you, Kail, for joining me. I so appreciate your time too.
Always fun. Thank you.